Hey everybody, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Let me get rid of this thing. How's everyone doing today? I hope you all are doing good. I actually did not mean... Are we still working? Are we still going? Hang on just a second, let me check. Seems like we're good. I did not mean for that second song to play. Sorry about that, but I realized as I started the stream that I hadn't set up the recording for the football game today, so I had to go do that. But it worked out all right. Hope everybody's doing good. Having a good Sunday. I'm on the tail end of my vacation, so I was on vacation this week. So tomorrow I got to go back to work. That's always fun. But yeah, whatever. It's good. Let's get into our career. So you'll see, you might notice there's only one thing here because this is in progress. The reason it's in progress is because I had to hunt down that bug that was causing the screen to like stutter that we were having last time. I did figure it out. It had to do with the VSync, which is now on again. Let's turn that off. So the VSync being on is what's causing that stuttering. Seems like that's always the problem, isn't it? You always have to turn the VSync off. So yeah, I don't know why. But yeah, I turned that off and it fixed itself. So, but that's why this is in progress. I didn't do anything, but I had to go into a thing to make sure the screen was working okay. So we'll go back inside. And let me just make sure we're not getting any stuttering. Yeah, see, it's fine. It's fine now. It's fine now. Yep, it was just that it's the VSync. I don't know why. I mean, VSync is there to prevent screen tear, right? But it doesn't, you know, it seems to cause more problems than it solves a lot of times. But anyway, so I fixed it. Jenny's going to live stream the car restoration for the vlog. Don't worry, you won't even know she's there. Well, I also am going to live stream the car restoration for the vlog. So you go for it, Jenny. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing good. Let's see. I had a pretty good week. It was pretty relaxing. It was good. I kind of needed it. This just doesn't want to come off, does it? Fine. How about I hit you with it? Huh? How about that? Huh? How about that? How do you like swim apples? That's right, punk. That's not how you spell tire, by the way. I'm just saying. Maybe if you're... I suppose it is in some places. There we go. Hubcap is clean. I don't know why this tire won't be clean. Being very rude. Probably the other side, huh? Yeah. I'm going to ignore it for right now. So yeah, this last Thursday was Thanksgiving in the United States, anyway. So for those of you who celebrated Thanksgiving, I hope you had a good one. I did not celebrate Thanksgiving. I am in America. My Thanksgiving is this upcoming week. My family and I have decided, we made the executive decision to push it back about a week. So it's actually on Friday, this upcoming Friday. And that's just, it's just easier for everybody. I think I might have talked about this last week. It just so happens it's easier for my family to travel that way. Like a lot of my family has, especially my parents, they have a ranch, and so they have animals they have to have taken care of, and it's not so easy to find somebody to take care of your animals on Thanksgiving Day. So yeah, it's easier on them to do it later. So yeah, and you know, other members of that family. So what that means is that next Friday, moving into, moving into the weekend after that, I will have people here in my house. So some of those people are leaving that night, but others, in fact, are going to be here through the weekend. Because they travel quite a ways, so and we have a spare bedroom. Oh, this thing is just like a mess. So what does that mean for you guys? Not much. It just means that I didn't want to be on the computer all next weekend with a visit with my family. So what I did over the holiday, or over my vacation, is I recorded an extra set of videos. I didn't edit anything, that would be a lot, but I did record an extra set. So what I'll do is I'll stick to the regular editing schedule, but I will have to record next weekend. And that will effectively keep you guys on schedule, so I don't have to miss anything. I'm beginning to suspect that might not be a worthless heat. So you guys will just get the regular schedule. The only difference is that there won't be a stream next weekend. Because I will be busy with myself. These tires do not want to get clean. I don't know what's going on with that. Of course, I can't seem to get a read on the tire. So yeah, next weekend there will be no stream. For those of you who care about my stream, if anyone. So yeah. But otherwise, yeah, I've recorded 2 sets of videos that you guys have not yet seen. This one's going to be tricky, I can see it already. This tire in particular. So yeah, and when we go to talk about the games, which I will do in a while. Hang on. I got to remember back 2 sets of episodes because, which is going to be tricky. Because I remember the ones that I just did this weekend, but the ones that I did was like Wednesday, Thursday, or Thursday, Friday. I can't remember. That's not Thursday, Friday. I've already forgotten what it is. Which is, yeah, they're not super great. But yeah, my vacation's about to end. I have to go back to work tomorrow. I am taking Friday off because I will be cooking Thanksgiving meal. So I didn't really think that one through because I don't know why. But I was totally planning on going to work all this week and realized I can't cook Thanksgiving dinner and go to work at the same time. Like, how is that going to work? So yeah, I will take Friday off to do that. I think I mentioned it last week. I host Thanksgiving. My wife and I used to host it together, and when she passed away, I kept up that tradition. The difference is that, you know, I have to do all of it rather than just half of it because we always kind of split it. Which itself can be tricky because that's a lot of work, but it's alright. I don't mind it. These tires are tricky. I don't really understand what their deal is. Whoops. I keep wanting to hit the wrong button for that. I think all four of these tires are going to be a pain in the butt. Maybe if we hit them with soap? I don't know. We'll see. I feel like all this metal with the rust on it isn't going to come off very easily. Hey, bumper's done. So yeah, I started up the stream and I realized, oh my god, I didn't record the game. You can't be connecting football games. That's just crazy talk. So I had to get up and go do that. Which is fine. Aura Smith, I'm scrolling through the Esther archives online. And is there more to that story? Or are you just informing me that you're scrolling through the archives? Hey. Okay, how's that? It's a little bit concerning because I'm cleaning things and yet nothing is finishing off. What's up with that? This damn car is going to be the death of me already, I can tell. Hey, there's one. Okay. This is a tricky one. I'm gonna have to break out some soap here. Come on, stand up, dude. What are you doing? So, should we talk about the games? Do you guys want to hear about the trials and tribulations this week? I never know if you guys play or not. The thing is that I'm not sure really, unless people have comments or questions or things they want to talk about. What do they talk to you guys about? I was really hoping this to be more of an interactive kind of thing, but yeah, if there's nobody asking any questions or making comments on stuff, that's a little bit harder, which is fine. I'm not complaining anymore. I mean, I tell you about the things that are going on in my life, but I don't think anybody really cares that much, because, you know, I'm just some random streamer on the internet. So, you know. Why are you doing that? Stop it. Hey, we cleaned a strap, apparently. It's being finicky. So yeah, like I said, I recorded 2 sets of videos this week. One that you guys will see. Let me think about this for a second. One that you will see. So this week you'll see the videos that we did last. Yeah. So we actually right now have 3 sets of videos that you haven't seen. One that you'll see this coming week, that I talked about last week on the stream, and then 2 more. This thing is really weird. It keeps wanting to do that. I'm not really sure why. It needs to stop it. Because it's annoying. I guess I'm too close. You kind of gotta get close. Oh my gosh, what is this? This car's gonna kill me. Let's set this grid on here too low. I wonder what kind of soap we have. If it's going to do anything. Nope, not a damn thing. Hang on a second. Let me hit my inventory. Let's see what kind of... No cleaner attached. Well, that's not good. Do we not have any cleaner? Oh, for the love of Pete. That's... What? Let's go to the store for a second. I thought we had plenty of cleaner. Just a damn minute. Cleaning liquids. Are we out of everything? Let's talk about metal cleaner. What else? Glass cleaner. Plastic, wood, multi-purpose, stone. Okay, let's try that for a while. Let's see, close tab. And then let's go to my inventory. How do I... What's the deal here? Why can't I select this? No. I don't want... I want... Let's do that. Okay. Let's see if this does any better. Oh yeah, that works. Maybe that's just what it's going to do, just cleaner. Denver Drill. Is this the Fifth Amendment? Is this the fire chief? Oh, is this the Fifth Amendment? This is the fire chief. We need you to clear your day. This is a big job. The whole of the fire station needs doing. Turns out the car was in Esther's latest film, Driving Me Nuts. Okay. Sure. Okay, that works a treat. I guess that's the trick, is to use this stuff. That doesn't work on that, but okay. I guess we're using the cleaner now, which is fine. That's fine. That's done. Doesn't work on that. Or that. Alright, now we're talking. Okay, let's go to our inventory again, and let's select a different one. We'll do glass cleaner. Yeah, that looks nice. Nice. Okay. So what would this be? This is canopy. Okay, let's try multi-purpose. Yep, that works fine. That works fine. The film's shocking finale meant it was a flop, and Esther's final role. So sad. Looks like she got to keep the car though. I'm gonna stand on top of it. So how we do? Oh, we're at 91%. Wow, that stuff just that really does work like a charm, doesn't it? Did we not? Oh, refill it. There you go. Canopy's done. Okay. Let's change over to metal, I guess. It's not working on that. Let's try plastic. Not really. Okay. I guess we're gonna have to go with this stuff. Just blast it off of there. So what if we... This is metal. I don't know what this problem is. The metal cleaner didn't seem to be working. Okay, the door's done. That's nice. Okay, you. So yeah, let's talk about the games, I guess. So we'll start with God of War, since God of War is just on my list. So I don't really have much to say about God of War. It went fine. There was no like drama with God of War these last 2 episodes. We moved, so in the first episode that I did this week, we were still doing a lot of work in the story mode. Which is, sure. But in the second episode, we stopped doing that, and we got into very much an exploration section of the game, which I think we'll be in for a little while because it's this big area. I think it might be the last big area of the game that we haven't been in yet, but it's going to take a while because it is big. I don't know. I just worry about how much I can tell you guys because I don't want to do spoilers and stuff. But yeah, we went into an exploration mode and how many bosses did we do? I think we did. Good question. I'm not sure of the last. We did 1, I think, for sure, that I can think of off the top of my head. We might have done more. Probably did do more. Nice, nice. So yeah, I mean, no real drama to talk about with God of War. It was fine. I don't really know. Yeah, like I say, I don't really know how much to tell you guys because some people don't want to, they don't want to know what I did before they actually see it, which is understandable. I get it. On the other hand, I feel like I don't want to say nothing about it. Ding, nice. Look at that, we're at 98% of this car already. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's not supposed to be a big job, right? So, right now I'm just kind of cleaning up pieces and parts. Just wherever I see stuff to clean. There's a fairly hefty chunk of that game where Atreus and Kratos are kind of not in the same place. Stop it. And I think we're in the midst of that part of the game. So, go. This tire's still being problematical. Oh, there you go. There you go. So yeah, it was fine. We do have an awful lot of bosses still left in that game. And I'm a little concerned that we're not getting bosses faster. There's one boss that I could do that I haven't done, and you guys saw him. He's Gravel Belly. He's in Alfheim, and I deferred him till later because he was kicking my butt. I don't really like to do that. It's kind of It is kind of weak, I admit, to do that. You really should spend time and work on it and get better and get them done. And there will come a time when I have to do that. I know there's a bunch of bosses still in the game and we haven't done any of them. So we're going to have to get caught up on bosses. But I'm not running into them, so what can I say? If I don't run into them, I can't do them. I think we did one. Over those last 2 weeks. Those last, yeah, 2 weeks that we did. Easy, is it? Alright, box, why are you being a pain? Why are you being a pain? I guess it's not. Is it done? Seems to be like it's done. The mud guard, though. Yeah, there's stuff on the bottom of this. I don't know where it's... A lot of crevices and crannies to get into on this one. Okay, we're at 99%. So let's talk about the Saboteur. And in as much as there was very little drama in God of War, there was a lot of drama with the Saboteur. That stupid game. So, as I've mentioned before, and I think I've talked about this before, there's a particular set of side missions from Dr. Kwong, his name is, that everyone says don't do those missions because if you do them, I think you have to, he's got 3, and I think you do 1, and then he turns off for a while and he ends up in Chinatown. But you can't do his missions after that for a while until you do other missions. And the problem is when he ends up in Chinatown, he I'm not getting anything here. What is going on? He ends up in the line of fire in the main mission that you have to do before you can get him out of there. And if he dies in that mission, just from crossfire, you fail the mission. So everybody says don't do Dr. Kwong until after you do a particular mission, which was called The Needs of the One. Or Needs of the Many? No. Sorry, The Needs of the Few or the One. That's what it was called. So that's what I did. I held off on doing his missions, something that I normally would have done, because he was available he's been available for a while. Okay, I saw something somewhere. Where did it go? Boy, oh boy. This car seems clean, and yet I'm not even getting a list. What's up with this? Let's see if I can find anything that's... what was that? There's something flashed right there. The horn. You rat bastard. There you go. Everything else looks fine. Oh, something just flashed in. Did it again. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Come on, I saw you flash in. Where'd you go? Jeez, come on. Headlight. Okay, I'm not pointing anywhere near a headlight. What are you talking about? It must mean this one? Or this one? I don't see anything on them. So, yeah. Everyone says don't do those missions. So I didn't. And then, but then they say, okay, do it after you do Needs of the Few or the One, which I did. Well, it turns out, and I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, it might be the next episode, or maybe it's the episode you just saw. When you do the Needs of the One, Needs of the Few or the One, okay, the headlight seems like it's good. So I'm confused. That mission chains into 2 other missions, which ultimately end up causing Dr. Kwong to disappear for reasons that you guys will see if you haven't seen it already. And then he never showed back up again. So I was like, well, if you guys don't want me to do the mission or do his sub-stories before... I keep calling them sub-stories, that's from Dragon Ball. His side missions before doing that one mission. But you didn't say anything about the fact that you can't do his sub-stories or his side missions before, you know, doing all these other missions, right? So, and he still didn't show up, even after I did all those 3 missions. So it was really kind of annoying. So anyway... I did a different side mission, which was the last side mission of the game that wasn't associated with Dr. Kwong. Did that. He still didn't show up. Okay, this is ridiculous. I'm not finding anything. Door handles. Okay. Door handles. Okay. Door hinges. Okay, door hinges. Which the door hinges are still dirty. The other thing about this thing is that the cursor doesn't line up with where it's talking about, which is a bit of a problem. Okay, one door hinge. So anyway, so I've done, at this point in the playthrough, everything there is to do that I can do other than main mission. So I was like, oh, okay, we still have 2 main missions left in the game. I will, there we go. Headlights, shelf, and wing mirrors times 2. Wing mirrors. Well, I'm pointing at the wing mirror, but it's... Okay, look. I'm nowhere near that wing mirror. Look at that. It's ridiculous. There's one. So I was like, okay, well, we still have 2 main missions left. We'll do one of them, because it's really the only thing I had left to do. You know, we were doing sabotage and stuff, but... Headlights. Headlights. That headlight's fine. Which headlight are we talking about here, guys? Since you won't put it where I actually am pointing, that headlight seems fine. That headlight seems fine. That headlight seems fine. Must be this one. Oh, yeah. Okay. There we go. Shelf. Shelf. What shelf are we talking about? This thing? Okay, how do I get the shelf? Is that a shelf? Oh no, you know what they're talking about? They're talking about this thing. That I cannot get clean. Yep. Hey, job complete. Hold that thought. Open the tablet. Okay, let's open the tablet. Yay! Phenomenal job on the car, Doc. I've tracked it down. 1922 Chatsworth Roadster, one of the only 10 ever made. Esther Dath may have been older than a number 37, but she sure traveled in style. The washdown live stream went viral, so we're hoping our new Driving Miss Pebbles series will add another 100k plus subscribers to our channel. So exciting. Cool. And there's your details. Got it. And our messages. And I think we're good here. Okay, cool. And done. We're going to do the motorbike. All right, let's get this started, and then we'll talk about the rest of that thing. You may have seen the pics of my hubby and I becoming the first sidecar to complete the 24-hour Great Plains Challenge. Everyone thought the trucks were just too bumpy and 24 hours in the seat too restrictive, but it was no problem at all. When I got uncomfortable, I just took my hands off the throttle for a second and gave them a shake. The brutal 5-hour river section sure took it out of the sidecar, though. Can you clean it up? By the way, Bobby wondered if you knew any chiropractors. Okay, what are we making for this job? 150 bucks. All right, cool. Let's do it. So, yeah, we reached the point where there was nothing else to do but the next mission. Other than, but I didn't want to do... I think I did do an entire episode of Sabotage. I can't remember if we did or not. So I said, okay, well, we'll get this mission going. It's the second to last mission in the game. And hopefully Dr. Kwong will show up. So I started a bet. And by the way, as I was doing Sabotage, that mission, I got too close to it and it started. And by I got too close to it, I was miles away from it and it triggered the mission. And then what ended up happening was there's no way, once it triggers, there's no way to un-trigger it. If you exit out of a mission, it puts you back at the start of the mission. There's nothing you can do. Once you start that mission, you're stuck in that mission. And I was trying to do Sabotage at the time, but I guess I got too close. But I was literally miles away when it triggered that mission. So I was kind of annoyed. So I had to redo the entire episode from that point up to that spot. So I didn't want to start the mission now because I was doing, Sabotage. So anyway, I did that. So that was part of the drama that was going on. Sorry, that's not what I meant to do. Okay. So I went to actually start the mission legitimately, and I did that, and it's a fairly long mission. It is the second to last mission in the game, and it chained into the last mission of the game, which I was kind of annoyed about. And so I was like, okay, well, I guess we're doing that line of mission. What are you going to do, right? So I did the final mission of the game, finished it, credits rolled, we watched the credits, and after the credits rolled, as it turns out, Kwong did show up in Chinatown, so that was fine. He did finally show up, which was kind of a big worry, but unfortunately it was after I finished the main mission of the game. And I don't really like to do stuff like that. I like, if I have my way about it, I like to do the final mission of the game as the last thing we do. Because that's the most, climactic part of the game. Well, in this game, that's just not going to be an option. they kept chaining missions together, and, I wasn't expecting it. So, it's fine. It's fine, I suppose. So we still have about 100 targets left in Sabotage to do, and then we have Dr. Kwong's 3 side missions left to do. And that's it, I think. So 100 missions, or 100 targets to do in Friday. I should be able to knock that out and no problem. As long as Dr. Kwong's stuff doesn't chain together and screw me up again. I mean, it could, I suppose. I don't think we ever had side missions chained together, though. So, did we just get a message and I missed it? We might have. Hang on. Okay. Messages, there we go. Hey there, I've got one heck of a filthy side curve. If it's in, yeah, that's the same message we had before. Okay. We're at 62% already. I guess that ding was them saying I hit 60%. So yeah, quite a lot of drama with that game. It's been something. You know, we had the bug with the RDX that I was counting on to get a particular post done. I wasn't able to do that. You know, not using the purchase thing, which I didn't really want to do, but I felt like it was okay because, you know, I did everything I was supposed to do, just that it didn't go off because of the bug with RDX, which is annoying. We just hit 80%. And then chaining missions together. It's been quite a ride with that game. And while I have enjoyed it thoroughly, I really have, I have my issues with it. Let's see. Why for are you not clean? Why for? It is clean. No. Okay, let's try ducking down a bit. Alright, dude, what the hell? But yeah, the credits rolled on that game, so but we're not done with it yet. I think we got 3 more episodes after the episodes that I've already recorded. So for you guys, it's going to be 6 more episodes, I think, because there's 3 that you haven't seen yet. But for me, it's 3 more recordings, and then we're going to move on to the next game. So that's exciting. Hopefully, it doesn't give me as much of a headache. Ding, ding, ding. How are we doing? 96%. Nice. A lot of stuff dinging. 98%. Okay. What did I see? Did I see something over here? Yeah, I just saw something, I think. There you go. Okay. Over here. I see nothing over there. This mud guard still has stuff on it. Mud guard done. Spokes are terrible. Okay, I'm still not getting a list. What the hell? I'm still wait. I keep waiting for a list to show up. There we go. Swing arm, windshield. Windshield? Really? Oh, we got the windshield. We did get the windshield. What are you talking about, windshield? Oh, this one. Okay. Where? Where's this? Where's... Oh, there you are. Okay, there's that. Swing arm. What the hell is this? Swing arm. Swing arm. Is that the... Swing arm. Okay, there it was. Where'd it go? I think it's back there. Well, yeah. Oh, I can't get in there. Oh! Why can't I get in there? Okay, there's the tire. The problem is that there's stuff in there and I can't get to it. Oh, there we go. Yay! Okay. We'll do that again. Oh, I didn't change my outfit. I should change my outfit before we start the next one up. Very cool, very cool. Great job on the sidecar. It's never looked better. Tempted to go in for the Appalachian Way Mega Run now. It's always been Bobby's dream. Alright, very cool. Okay, let's go into... I think the next one up was the Forest Cottage, because the fire station just came up. So let's go to this one. We are two humble confectioners, brother and sister, living on our own deep in the woods of National Park, and there's absolutely nothing strange about that. We are also the creators of the finest gingerbread ever to grace the county, but to stay on top we need a constant reinvention. Our dream forest home has become a grubby grotto, affecting our ability to dream up wonderful new recipes. It can become a restored cottage, and with it our creative flow. Danke. Danke. Alright, let's do it. Nice cottage. Okay, but before we do that, let's go to our inventory. Clothing! Let's change some clothing. We have a different outfit. So we have 4. Let's do the white one. And the white gloves. I don't know that we've done this yet. Okay. So that was the Saboteur, which is a game that has caused me no end of stress since I started it. But I know it's natural for people to be suspicious, but we really are who we say we are. I don't really... Why would I not believe you? You've given me no reason not to believe you, so I don't really understand why you think I wouldn't. So Dragon Ball. Let's talk about Dragon Ball. So in the 3 episodes which you guys haven't seen yet, 2 of those episodes we worked on the intermission. The intermission between sagas 3 and 4. And that went fine. Is that dirt? Yeah, it sure is. Okay. Somebody has spray painted this. Why? Why would you do that? I use wood on this. Let's clean this up first. Okay, so we got red all over this for some reason. Let's swap this into... I always have trouble with this. Because... I guess it's not inventory, it's... I don't know. Why can't I... I guess I have to have the cleaner on? Is that what the deal is? Maybe that's why it's not working. Okay, yeah. That kind of makes sense. Let's talk about wood cleaner. Does it work? It does work. Even cleans the stone. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Let's do that again. Let's do stone cleaner. Yep, close. Let's get the stone. Oh, I like it. That's easier. That's much easier. Yeah, there you go. And then this, we can just switch over to this. Oh, not you. There you go. The cellar door's not done. What do you mean it's not done? What do you mean? I feel like it is done. There you go. Now you're done. So yeah, we worked on the intermission, and then in the last episode that I just did, I moved into Saga 4, which is the final saga of the base game. So yeah, that went fine. Nothing really discuss about that. You know how that game is. It's very cutscene intensive. I spend a lot of time just watching. So, in that respect, I'm no different than those of you who actually watch the series. Interrupted by the occasional battle with whoever. We did a couple of, I don't want to call them boss battles, but you know, not the regular battles, just with the, you know, bigger enemies. Those that have a health bar, I guess is what I should say. Hey, we're at 1%. Nice, nice. Did I get you? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I don't think we've met the main. Let me think about this for a second. Have we met the main baddie for the next? I don't think we have. We've just done some setup kind of stuff. There's a time jump into the fourth saga. So, which I guess is true of the cartoons as well. I don't know. So this pillar is not yet clean. Why not? It's not yet clean. What the hell are you talking about? It's totally clean. What the hell, dude? Jeez, stop that. So yeah, you know, we set up. We got a couple of new characters that have like shown up that are, I guess, not allied. Well, one of them might be a, what do you call it, a support character? I think it is a support character. Somebody I had never heard of because, of course, I'm not at that point in the show. Nowhere near the show. I'm not on Dragon Ball Z at all. I'm on Dragon Ball, the regular one. Nice. Which, by the way, I did watch a little bit more of this week. See, I advanced my TV shows. You guys think I don't, but I did. Oh, I just realized I forgot to show you what we did on one of them. It's not that much. It's not really that interesting. I was really just kind of reconfiguring everything and making it pretty. So there's no real point in actually looking at it. And it doesn't really do anything different, but. Painting on the wall. Why would you do that? Just checking to see how we're doing here. We have been going for an hour. Oh, that's all. Okay. Cool. Plenty of time. I don't know how far we'll get through these cars. I don't think we're going to finish it today, but let's get started with the vehicle. I have to get the ladder out. First, we'll see what this is. Robber going... running away with money? Is that from the bank? Okay, so this is the side wall. Let's try... let's see. Let's try stone. Is that gonna work? That is absolutely not going to work. Okay, let's try multi-purpose. Works a little bit. Yeah, it kind of works. It's a little bit stubborn, this one, but seems to work okay. I do feel like we're going to have to get out the ladder here in a minute. Yeah, let's go do that. Come here, you. fine. Okay. So yeah, I mean, Dragon Ball was fine. The new characters are fine. You know, what can I say? No real drama with Dragon Ball. It's a little bit tricky on this one because I'm so far ahead. I'm not even further ahead of you guys than I normally am. So I can't really remember what you guys have seen and what you haven't. I mean, I know you're 3 weeks behind. You're 3 episodes behind where I am, but I don't. That doesn't necessarily mean that I know. Damn it. You know exactly what took place in all 3 of those episodes. You know, it's too much for me to keep track of. Remember that I can barely remember what I did yesterday, much less what I did 3 weeks ago. So, 2 weeks ago, I guess what I did. Okay, how are we doing? So, let me talk about Immortals, which I think is going pretty well. My one thing about Immortals is they have some bosses which I really should take on. If I was a hardcore gamer, I would take on. Like right now, instead of, like, I'll hit some of them and go, oh, I don't want to do that because it's hard. He's kicking my butt, and you know that's not good. What I really should do is just keep at them until I get them. You know, that's how you get better, right? Like get good, right? Whoops, I just fell off the ladder. But instead, what I'm doing is, you know, I'll hit a hard boss that kicks my butt, and then I'll leave, and I'll come back to him later, which is what I did today. I went back to a boss that I had left behind. I didn't do. Actually, I had never tried him, so I just assumed he was bad because he's a Minotaur, and I've always had trouble with Minotaurs. And he was the legendary Minotaur, so I knew right away that wasn't going to be an easy fight. I went back to him today and got him. It was fine. He was tough, don't get me wrong, but I took him out. Now, in reality, I could have done that a lot sooner. I just chose not to. So, I mean, you know, is it playing smart or is it wimping out that you just wait until you you're better equipped for a particular fight. I tried to take on one today that just I could only get about halfway through, and boy, he was or she was tough. I think it's a she. Definitely the toughest boss that I've encountered so far. But I took another one out. I took another boss out, but so we got that done. But yeah, other than that, I mean, it was I think a lot of exploration mostly. I did some questing. I think it was last week. I want to say. Am I misremembering that? I feel like we did some questing. What am I standing on? We got a pretty good chunk of Aphrodite stuff done. There's certainly some side quests in that area that we're clearing out. We've cleared out. I mean, that area is getting pretty well cleared out. I have to admit, I have to say. When we were doing the Valley of Eternal Spring. So no complaints there. Looks pretty good. Yeah. The only bad thing is that one boss that just kicked my butt today is in that area, so I'm gonna have to come back to her. I feel like I could probably do it with a little bit more upgrading. I got her halfway. Now she's gonna be tough. There's no question about it, but oh, that's not great. Why is this window frame still dirty? Ugh, damn, stay on the damn ladder. If I want you to come off the ladder, I will let you know. Thank you. Okay, the sidewall. Why is the sidewall still dirty? It shouldn't be that dirty. No, it is not. What was I looking at? I don't know. Hey, Abra. Hey, Ron. Can't stick around talking to my partner, but wanted to drop and say, hey, man. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Hope you're having a good time. A good weekend. I guess for you, I always get times like this, though. I think for you it's later, right? Hang on a second. My chat seems to be overlapped. Let me fix that. Oh. Doesn't seem to be any way to fix that. No, that's not acceptable. Stop being up in there like that. Oh, you piece of junk. Stop it. I've got it too thin, I guess. That's weird. I didn't have that problem before. What's going on with that? So what you been up to, man? How's your week going? We are gonna have to get up on that roof. Yes, we are. Okay. All right, buddy. Well, I'm assuming that you're having to take off again. So thanks for dropping in, and have a good rest of your weekend. I will talk to you. Well, for those of you that may not know, Evra was our co-op partner in, was it Dying Light? I think it was Dying Light. The horror game that we all, he, myself, and Michael all played that co-op. That was fun. That was a good time. I don't know if we would be able to do that again. Well, maybe, I don't know, but it seems like everybody's schedule is just crazy, and I don't know if we'd ever be able to do something like that again. You know, I wouldn't mind, but I think everyone's pretty busy. I know Michael's crazy busy. He's doing stuff just career-wise, so. He doesn't hardly have time for his own channel, much less coming up on mine, so poor guy. Whoops. Didn't mean for that to come up. Oh, I suppose we could use glass cleaner. Hang on, let's try that. Let's swap this for glass cleaner. Okay, I know how to work this now. I was being an idiot before, but now it's all become clear. See, that's so much easier. So this window frame is still dirty. That's probably because the top is dirty. Come here, you. Stick you right there. There you go. Okay, nice. So, yeah, Immortals is going fine. I think it's fine. I'm enjoying that game, although I get why it doesn't have a huge audience. That is probably my lowest performing game, which is, it's not great because that's my newest game, so you don't want your newest game to be your lowest performing, but it's fine. I understand why it is, because it is a bit repetitive. So once you've seen the first couple of hours, you've seen most of it. It becomes about the story after that. But the story is broken up by lots and lots of stuff that you have to take care of and stuff. So I get why people don't watch it. I understand. But, I do know that other areas get to be different. So maybe once we're done with the Spring of the Eternal Valley, it'll shift gears a little bit and be a little more distinctive, or not as repetitive. But yeah, I get it. I understand. But I'm having a good time with it. I like it. Okay. And that just leaves us with Lego to talk about. Lego's going fine. Today was a little bit frustrating because the game crashed the Deathbox on me twice. And the first time wasn't so bad because I think I had just started, right? Yeah, I haven't even started talking yet. I was still in the setup phase, and it crashed out. So, no big deal, nothing lost. Just restarted the game. The second time, though, I was in the middle of a mission, and this was probably the longest mission of the game, which is going to be this Count Dooku mission 4 or 5, I think. Super, super long mission, and I was 2/3 of the way through it, and it crashed the desktop, which that's annoying. That does not make me happy at all. I'm not a big super fan of. Well, I mean, who is a big super fan of crashing the desktop, right? It's not going to be goes, yay, we crashed the desktop, yay! But I was particularly annoyed with that one. Because we were so far through that super, super long mission. So, and once it crashes twice in 1 week, then after that point, I'm like super, oops, I don't need that. I'm super paranoid that it's going to do it again. It didn't. Whoa, I almost fell off. It didn't crash again, but, you know, I'm in the middle of this super, super long mission, but I've already done 2/3 of it. And so I'm just trying to rush through that part that I've already done. And, yeah, I was kind of... I think it's a little bit crashy, I have to say. Oh, and then in the middle of Immortals this morning, when I was taking on that big boss that I said I couldn't finish, it looked like the game didn't crash the desktop, but it looked like my display drivers crashed or something because the entire screen went black for about, I don't know, 10-15 seconds. I'm in the middle of a big boss battle. Right? So I'm like, I can still hear the game. I can still, it feels like I can still control things, but yeah, the screen went dark, and that's not really good. It came back on, and nothing was lost. Oi. Okay. Let's get back up on the roof. We have a scaffolding over there we could be using. So yeah, we had some drama this week with crashing and stuff like that. It wasn't too bad though. You know what though? You know what I will say? I should have switched over to OBS for recording purposes years ago. I don't know why I stubbornly held on to I was using 4K capture, the Elgato 4K capture. Did I talk about this last week? I feel like I might have talked about this a little bit last week. But oh my god, it is so much better using OBS. It's much... OBS, even through all the crashes and everything, never stopped recording, which the 4K capture utility would have completely bombed out like several times, and I would have had to reset it, and then there was just like multiple files that I would have had to stitch together. And I was used to using the 4K capture utility. Like, I know how to use it, I know its quirks, I know what you have to do to deal with it, but OBS, there are no, I mean, there's quirks, I suppose. There's things you gotta figure out, so it's not that difficult to figure out, and it's really nice. And it's really, the thing I like about it is it's reliable. Like, it has not once crashed out on me, even through all the nonsense that I was going through today. and last couple of others. So, and the reason I did that, the reason I swapped over to OBS was because I could not get 4K to recognize the 4K capture, even though it's right in the name of the damn program. The 4K capture system. It kept saying it wouldn't even bring up the options to do 4K. Kept thinking, I guess something was not compatible with 4K. All my hardware is compatible with 4K. So yeah, and it just would not do it. I kept messing with settings and goofing around with stuff, and it just wouldn't. It just would not. I could get it to 2K, like it would do that much, but it would not go to 4K. Like the option wouldn't even come up. So yeah. So that was the catalyst for me. Can I get this up here? No. Okay, never mind. That was the catalyst for me swapping to OBS. Because I use OBS for streaming, and I had used it for streaming, because the 4K capture doesn't do streaming. So I used it for streaming, but I hadn't used it for recording. And, oh my god, I don't know why I wasn't doing that before. It's a brilliant program. I don't know, you get used to using something, and no matter how much it annoys you and doesn't work right sometimes, you sort of just use it, because you know how to use it. And I knew switching over to the OBS would be a learning curve. I didn't really want to do that, but I'm so glad I did. It didn't even take that long to figure out. A couple of days of messing around with settings and stuff, and I had the basics down. I'm still working on some of the more advanced stuff. Like I tried to do a second scene, like one scene for recording and one scene for streaming, so that I could do different settings on those scenes, but apparently, I don't know if I'm doing it wrong or whatever. Wasn't able to get that to work because it was, I don't know. I don't really know what the purpose of scenes are if you can't set them differently. So I thought, oh, well, just use a scene, and then all I have to do is switch back and forth between the scenes. I don't have to worry about going in and changing settings. But then I would go to one scene and change a setting, and it would change it on the other scene. Well, then what's the point? I'm not really sure. I don't know. Probably user error. Probably me. But yeah, I'm so much more happy with OBS, for sure. It's actually quite a good program. It's like Audacity. Audacity has never, I don't think, in all the years I've used Audacity, I don't think it has ever crashed outright on me. It stops recording or anything. It just keeps on plugging away despite what you throw at it. That's pretty impressive. I still do use Audacity because I don't use it for streaming, so Audacity's not on right now, but I do use it for recording because I want the recording and the video to, that's a dumb way of saying that, I want the audio, like my commentary audio, to be separate from the game audio and the game video. So the game audio and game video can be one file, that's fine, there's no problem with that. But I want the audio to be separated. And yeah, so that requires two different programs to be running. That'd be fun. Yes, we moved here a week after the bank robbery, but people move house all the time. Is that why you had a bank robber on your... Yeah. Let me get a little suspicious of you guys. So yeah, tomorrow, as I'm recording this, less than 24 hours from now, is going to be the first of the 4K videos. Let's see how that goes. There is no, I mean, YouTube does not automatically favor 4K videos. That's not how that works. But there are people who prefer 4K videos, and so if those people watch my videos, it'll improve my impressions and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see how it goes. It won't inherently improve things, I don't think, but we might indirectly improve things. We shall see. My impressions are pretty low, I have to say. YouTube does not want to advertise my channel to people. Yeah, I get it. That's fine. It doesn't really matter. Whether or not people watch my videos or not, I would still do them. I found that out quite definitively that week that I didn't do videos, which was it 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago? Because what ended up happening, so I was quite busy that week, and that's the reason why I didn't do them. But I kind of finished on Saturday, and then so Sunday I didn't really have a lot to do. It's like the first time in years that I experienced the sensation of being bored. I had no idea what to do with myself on Sunday. That Sunday, or that last Sunday, yeah. Whatever it was. So if I wasn't doing this, I don't know what I would do with myself. You gotta have hobbies, right? I mean, I could play the games up close without recording them. It's just a lot of extra work to record them and put them on YouTube. But, that's part of the fun, I suppose. I like editing. Even though sometimes it can be a pain in the butt. And it also keeps me focused on a particular game. I do have a tendency not to finish games. Like, I will go through a game 100%ing it, but then stop playing. So, the part that I got it to is totally finished, but, I didn't finish it. Does that make sense? I might do 50% of the game, but that 50% that I did was 100% complete. That's how I tend to play games, even not when I'm streaming, or when I'm recording or anything like that. But I don't finish them always. And the thing about YouTube is it's a motivator for me to keep going, even when I might sometimes start to get a little antsy about wanting to do something different, which does happen. So. For example, I am super excited to play the next one that's coming up after the Saboteur. And if it wasn't for the fact that I was recording on YouTube, I probably would have stopped playing the Saboteur to play that new game. Not because I'm not enjoying the Saboteur, just because I'm really excited to play the next game. So that's kind of the reason. I get distracted by something else. So it is a good motivator to keep focused on the things that I'm doing. But yeah, if I wasn't doing that, I don't know what I would do with myself. Before YouTube came along, before I became a creator, I did have other hobbies. Like I was in the band. I did a lot of programming stuff. thing. So, you know, yeah, like I kept myself busy. You gotta have that. I'm not the kind of person that can go to work, come home, watch TV, go to bed, get up and do it all again the next morning. I cannot do that. I would go insane. I would have to have something going on that's outside of those constructs. Okay, nice. I think we just got this side to do for Doom. And then I'll take a break. No, maybe. Goes all the way down to the other side of the house. Ah, careful. Walked off the edge of the roof. Okay, we got this roof, this thing here. I think we're just about done. Let me check the other side. Why can't I stand? Oh yeah, we got this bit over here. Okay. We weren't quite finished on this side. Well, something's not happy. Is the other side still ready? Not that I can tell, but I can't really see over here, can I? Yeah, it's still ready. There we go. Rooster! Okay, probably got the other side to do, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh, there's this too. Okay. Can we get to it without falling off the roof? I'm being so close that I can't actually put it. Damn. Well, sure. We saw that coming, didn't we? Look at this. Can I sit this here? Not really. Oh, this thing's useless. Also, it might be backward. That's alright. Come on, man. Let's Yeah, it's totally backward. That's alright. I can work with it. How's it looking? Looking pretty good. So why is it still being problematic? Right. Let's flip this around. Okay, let's see what we can do with this. Kind of far away, isn't it? I think this side pretty good. Come on, dude. Stop getting stuck. So yeah, have we sufficiently talked about the games? I think we probably have. I don't really think I have much more to say about them. They went fine. I mean, some of them went fine, more fine than others, for sure. But overall, it was fine. No real complaints. You know what? This thing's useless. Get out of here. Yeah, ladder. This is a pretty angle. Okay. Right. There you go. That's why it's not working. I haven't really learned to recognize the sound of the thing being out of gas. Out of ammo. So just more coffee. We've had a few people come on and off. Well, nobody's really talking. That's fine. You guys are fine. Hey, we're at 30%. Nice. Let's see. I wonder if I can... Hard with this ladder right in the way. There you go. Alright, man, get in the way. I'm better off without you at this point. I have noticed that since I took a week off, I have been more into my games. I think I did really need. I mean, I'm sure I said this before, but I think I really did need a week off. Even though I didn't take it off because I was, burned out on YouTube or anything. I took it off because I was just getting crushed by work. But since I took that week off, I've noticed a huge improvement in my attitude towards playing the game. So it's probably something I should do more often than I do. I just hate to lose progress. To me, I just want to keep going, right? And like I said, I get bored if I don't have anything to do. So if I don't do it, I got to figure out what I'm going to do that weekend or whatever that week. But I think there does come a point when you got to take a day off. Otherwise, you just start to get burned out. And it does happen. No matter how much you like something, if you do it too much, you will get burned out. I feel like I am. What am I stuck on? Oh, that stool's right there. Looking good. More dings. So yeah, I talked about this last time, like having 2 more episodes under my belt since last time we talked about it. I think it's pretty clear now that the Saboteur is going to be the next game that finishes. Since we just hit the end credits, so I mean, you know. Oh, you know what I noticed in the end credits of the Saboteur? That Nolan North is in that game, but he's in it as a background character. Like, you know, all the people they have walking around the streets saying stuff. Nolan North is one of those people. I thought that was funny. I don't know if that's the last time he ever did background stuff. He's a big name, man. You wouldn't have Nolan North doing background stuff anymore. I mean, that's just crazy talk. I think he'd be too expensive for that. Yeah, he was a background character in that game. So yeah, that's going to be the next game to finish. It's probably Lego after that. Alright. 35%. I think what we'll do, guys, how long have we been going? Just about 2 hours. I think what we'll do is we'll get to like 40% whenever the next message pops up, and we'll call it a day there. I think that's probably a good spot. Okay. Yeah, let's take you up. I need the ladder for that. Yep. Lots of dinging. So yeah. So for me, since I have company next week, there's not going to be any recording for until 2 weeks from yesterday. It'll be another gap before I record again. People keep messing with my recording schedule. It's that time of year, I guess. Which is fine. But I have left the editing schedule the way it normally is, so like I'm not ahead on that at all. Okay, what did I do with that ladder? It's over there. I didn't really finish this side, did I? That's alright. That's fine. Ding. So the point of that commentary was to say that even though I don't have recording to do, I still do have editing to do. So I don't think I'm going to hit another, being bored point. I'll probably be pretty anxious to get into a game still by the time we get to the second. Like I hate when I don't hate, but when I take time off like that, by the time I get back to the game, I'm very ready to get back into the game. We'll see how that goes, but hopefully I don't lose my ability to play the game without much of a break. Which sounds weird because, it's only 2 weeks. But I can tell you guys, I have trouble with God of War in particular. I feel like it takes me like a full-on episode to get back into the combat. And then it's another week till we do it again. I have a tough time. I feel like I'm not really in control of the combat as much as I would normally be. If you play the game like every day, you get pretty good at it. I have trouble sometimes, like getting back into the combat. And by the time I do, it's like, well, we're done. Okay, you might say I bear a slight resemblance to a Floozy McGee, but she was much younger than I am now, and such a happy soul. Must have been a bank robber of some sort. Well, we're going to finish this chimney. We just hit 40%, so we'll do this. I'm going to call it there, I think. That'll be a good stopping point. For that side wall. There we go. Why is that side wall not coming up? In my way. Okay, dude. Come over here. Just get out of the way. Okay. Come on, chimney. There you go. Okay. Yeah, except for this. Come here, you. You can come back now. Okay, looks good. I'd say we look pretty good from here. That didn't work at all. Okay, very nice, guys. Very nice. I think we're in a good shape. We're in a good spot to stop here. I didn't finish the front. That's all right. We did a lot. You know, good chunk of the back. It's coming along. We should be able to finish it next week, so that's fine. All right, guys. Hang on. Yes. Okay. We are done here, so we'll stop here and we'll pick this back up. Not next week, but the week after. No stream next week, guys. So I will see you in 2 weeks' time. So for now, we are done. I will see you guys then. Take care. Have a good rest of the week.